What's good, my people? It's your boy Terrence Carter, TC Talk, TC Fitness. I'm gladly here with y'all, back at it again with a new YouTube video. So, the rat race is a trap. It is a financial trap. It is a spiritual trap. It is a mentally exhausting trap, and you got to snap out of it. Now, there are on the face of this planet, there are jobs that are needed, bro. Right? But there's this saying that people say, uh, hard work. If you just work harder, if you just pull yourself up out of bootstraps, you'll get ahead. Let me tell y'all right now, bro. Some of the hardest working people that you know are not ultra wealthy and super duper rich. Okay? Truth be told, is you have to free your mind in this human experience and understand that the system is designed to create obedient human beings that follow a structure, but not a nation of thinkers that get to sit down and think about what is happening in their life. Now, once again, there are important jobs out there in the world, right? We need firemen, we need policemen, we need EMT people, uh, we need people that take care of the elderly, obviously hospitals and stuff like that, even though the hospitals is a business on its own. But yeah, understand what I'm saying. Um, like whatever jobs I could think of that's needed, they're needed. But if you get stuck in the mundane routine, right, of only trading time for a paycheck and hoping to work until you retire and you get a pension, you will spend your life not seeing through the system. Now, the reason why I'm expressing this is because I actually have time to sit down with my thoughts, right? I don't have to rush to work. I'm on furlough. I get a 5-day break in service, and I get to do some self reflecting. The paycheck was designed to have you basically give your entire life away, right? For the paycheck, but majority of the jobs, the paycheck does not stretch. And what do I mean by that? We can see it in real time that the cost of living has gotten higher, but the minimum wage has not gotten any higher. We can see it in real time that people are working more than ever, but are still struggling. The paycheck to paycheck cycle is how they keep you in the rat race. 25 to 30% of your check automatically gets taken away from the GOV that does not care about you and me. That rhymed. You feel me? That was intentional too. But they don't care. And yes, we all have responsibilities, right? We all have to maintain a roof over our heads and food in the fridge, or you know, uh, you go to the supermarket, you cook, you buy some foods that you could cook. That's food in the fridge. But some people eat out, whatever. You gotta take care of bills, X, Y, and Z, right? But you have to also find ways to generate the income outside of the job, because this is a capitalistic society. All right? Time is your most important asset. Time and your mind. Some people lose themselves in the job. You're already losing the time because it is a 8-hour workday. But if you look at the number 8, it is the same thing as a infinite sign, right? And it is also the same thing as a never-ending loop. Just look at the number. So it is a structure that plenty of people do not see because you don't think, you don't question what is happening. You just do what you see everybody else doing. So now you're caught up in a wage cage where the employer determines how much they are willing to pay you for your labor. And then within that labor, you get taxed at the highest rate. Okay, so then what are we supposed to do, bro, to try to break out of the rat race? You need to figure out how to start putting some of your money to work. Rich and wealthy individuals, their mindset is not let me trade time for a paycheck. Their mindset is let me own the businesses. Let me own the real estate. Let me own this, and this so that it can bring me a return on investment. Because money has a job and it is to grow. By the time you get your paycheck, inflation then ate up some of the check and the tax system eats up majority of your check. You never really have time for yourself. Majority of people do not go to the gym after work or before work. You stressed out. You're trying to impress this other person that's quote unquote your boss or your supervisor or your manager. And I tell y'all all the time, stop calling people your boss because nobody is the boss of you, right? Some jobs are, very like the environment is very toxic. And everything is just a structure, you know? You're doing the same thing every day. You stuck in traffic. If you got a car, you got to hurry up and get to work. As soon as you get off work, you rushing back home. Majority of the masses get entertained as soon as they get home. They want to decompress. As my boy Millennium Steam would say, you want to power down. It's a chaotic system because the chaos is in your mind. Now, what we're here to do on the face of this earth is to create, is to discover ourselves, is to, you know, try to add value to humanity. We're not meant to be rats in a cage. You're not meant to have a wage that is not helping you get rich or build wealth. The wage is keeping you stuck. Because the paycheck is, I'm telling y'all, the wage is designed to pay you just enough to take care of bills, but not enough to escape the plantation. They look at employees as numbers, as productivity robots, not people. What can you produce for this company? How can you help us make more money and make record profits while we pay you the scraps? The rat race is a trap. No matter how many years you work, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you can't get the time back. You're numbing your mind. You're trading in your time. You're basically giving the corporations your life. And you are more dependent on them than you are on your own creativity. Now, I'm not telling y'all quit your job. I'm not telling you anything negative. I'm telling you the truth. You need to find ways of owning the assets so that the assets could generate income for you 24/7. Yes, the stock market will have red days and green days or whatever the case may be, but we gotta learn the truth. We've been lied to for so many years of our lives. Even with the school system, you go into school so that you could prepare to get a job. But you're never taught how to run a business, own a business, create products that people will purchase. You're never taught how to own an asset, how to own real estate in the stock market. What is a dividend? What is this? What is that? You have to start doing the research on yourself. Nobody's even taught how money works. You have to learn from people that are where you want to be, and you have to learn from personal experience, because that's the best teacher in life. Personal experience. Don't get caught up in the trap, because you will regret it. Imagine giving so much of your life to a corporation, but not enough time and energy to yourself. That's what they want. They want people that depend. They, meaning the corporations, want people that depend on them, instead of learning how to be self-sufficient and learning how to control their own lives. And it's harder when you don't know, when you don't have a like, how can I explain it? You know how you get comfortable with the check every 2 weeks, or some of y'all get paid every week. So now you're like, all right, it's cool. But entrepreneurship, you're creating a job for yourself. You don't know how much money you're gonna make. You don't know what's gonna happen. But what would you rather do? Because there's no cap on the amount of money that you can make as an entrepreneur. There's a cap on the amount of money that you can make at the job, because it's a salary or it's an hourly wage. So there's a cap. That's the trap right there. Capitalism is about generating income so that you can be free. Free from what? The plantation. Because you can't really go nowhere on this earth, bruh. Just keep it 100. We live in a firmament. Where are you about to go? There's nowhere to escape to. But at least don't let the job tie down your life. That's all I'm trying to say, bruh. And I'm going to make a lot more videos. But I just try to speak the truth to the people, because the people need to hear the truth. Once again, I'm not saying entrepreneurship is any easier. I'm not saying trying to work for yourself and X, Y, and Z is any easier, because honestly, bro, it's not. It's somewhat of the same thing. But you're the one that's responsible for everything. And you got to take care of yourself. Mental health, physical well-being, spiritually. Even without the job, you still got to take care of yourself. If that makes sense, it should make sense. All right? But don't let other people try to dictate your life or determine your worth and things of that nature. You determine that yourself, because it's your life. So, quick video for the channel. If you're new, subscribe. If you're a returning supporter, thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's been rocking on me on the platform. And let's help this video get on the YouTube algorithm. All right. Hope y'all enjoy your day today. Be safe out there. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It's your boy Terrence Carter. TC Talk, TC Fitness. Everlasting awareness. Yes, sir.